Hi, Mark Clark, independent candidate for McDonough County Sheriff. You're about to hear a series of testimonies that are disturbing. Nick Petitgout has used his office to bully, intimidate, and retaliate when he doesn't get his way. A few of the videos are slightly lengthy. I just ask that you please watch them all the way through. Thank you.
So I went to bed on Monday, September 2nd, really not knowing what was going on. I knew that we had a vacancy at our police chief position. I knew that we were in discussions with the McDonough County Sheriff's Office about potentially contracting with them. But I also knew that within 24 hours of someone applying to become police chief of Colchester, Nick Petitgout had called them, discouraging them from pursuing that. Tuesday, September 3rd, the very next morning, I arrive at work at my office, my private business office, not my alderman job. The alderman thing was very, very part-time and didn't have an office. So I arrived at my private office Tuesday, September 3rd. First thing in the morning, walking in, here comes Nick Petitgout. And can I shut the door? Sure. And he was very erratic. And he told me that he wanted me to know that he hadn't slept at all the night before. And in fact, if I remember, he repeated it 2 or 3. I didn't sleep all night last night. I didn't sleep all night last night. Just very, very erratic, very unstable. And he also informed me that he didn't appreciate me talking about him when he wasn't there at the meeting. And I just said, look, you could have been there at a meeting. It was a public meeting. So I said, you could have been there. He told me that I explained to him that I was upset because we had someone apply to become police chief, and he knew about it before I did. And I was on the city council, and we were working through this whole situation. And I said, I was mostly upset just because you knew about this before I did, this applicant, and called him. And he said, well, I'm the sheriff. I'm supposed to know everything. Those were his exact words. I said, no, that's not how that works. Anyway, he told me that he was withdrawing the proposal, withdrawing from the negotiations from when he had met with us. He said, I'm withdrawing. I don't need this. Okay. And you would have thought that was the end of it, but it wasn't. On Wednesday, September 4th, I believe it was mid to late afternoon, if I remember correctly, I pulled up to my house on Wednesday, September 4th, and I got a phone call from our city attorney, City of Colchester attorney. And she informed me that Nick had called her, our city attorney. And she was telling me that she said, it looks like the newspaper was there when you brought this out, and they may run with this story. And she said that I should call the newspaper before they ran the story. And maybe even see if they won't run it. Maybe ask them not to run it. And she said because Nick had called her and told her that he was considering a defamation suit against me personally and against the city of Colchester. So here you have the sitting McDonough County Sheriff threatening me personally and threatening the city of Colchester with a lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit, if I wasn't able to prevent the paper from running the story. I told our city attorney, tell Nick I'll see him in court. I said, I'm not retracting anything because everything I've said is the truth. And the people of the city of Colchester deserve to know what's going on. And I said, I retract nothing. I will not call the newspaper and tell him I'll see him in court. That was
Nick thinks it's okay for a sheriff to threaten people with lawsuits just to keep himself from looking bad. Spoiler alert, the newspaper ran the story and he never sued Michael or the city of Colchester. But it is wrong for a sitting sheriff to use his office to bully, intimidate, and retaliate when they don't get their way. In parts 3 and 4, you will see specifically how Nick retaliated against several people who are connected to the city of Colchester.